It's your boy, Jim CB. Welcome back to the channel. You can like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man, and we are back with another clip, another video, and some things to get into with our thoughts, man. Stay tuned for the commentary, and I'll be with you shortly.
Hey, it's your boy Jim's TV, man, and we're back with another video, man, for the channel. Man, it's a crazy, crazy day in hip hop, and Boosie going to the big house again, man. So apparently, Boosie made a court appearance recently, and what happened was Boosie, immediately after leaving his court hearing and proceeding, he is picked up by the feds. That's right, y'all. After leaving court thinking he got a dub, he is picked up by the feds. Now, you know, when the state try you and you walk through, they let it go, something gonna feel odd about that, man. So, here we have it again. They blaming Big Vlad, y'all. They blaming Vlad TV. They saying Vlad is the reason. Vlad is the reason that Boosie done caught this extra charge by the feds, y'all. Now, do I believe this? Not necessarily. You're a convicted felon and you've been through the system a couple times. Depending on what type of charge you caught, depending on if you traveled across state lines with that pistol or that firearm, you can be charged as a convicted felon with a firearm and transporting firearms across state lines, which is a federal offense, and that is also one of the charges that Tax Stone received in the trial from transporting a pistol from Florida to New York and then taking it inside the club, which led to the Irving Plaza shooting. So, I guess Boosie's being charged with having guns, multiple guns, how many guns, whatever happened in San Diego is leading to this fake case. But Tyrese and others are going online on the internet and blaming Vlad, saying every time somebody go up to Vlad, they getting charges. And they getting fed charges. Now, I want everybody to understand one thing when we talk about hip hop and what's going on. Hip hop has always been the target, okay? Who does hip hop being targeted affect? It affects our black men, women, and our community. That's what it affects when hip hop is being targeted. We are the targets. Not to say that it's completely about a race thing, but hip hop is predominantly a black industry. So, with that being said, we are going to be the most affected by whatever's going on. Now, to break this down even further, hip hop comes from the streets, street culture. So, street culture is highlighted, affected, is put into motion when we're dealing with these type of things. When you're dealing with hip hop, it's like, hey, we come from the streets. It's a music made in the streets, pushed in the industry, and made into a nationwide thing. Now that it's a nationwide thing, we are still the targets because sometimes we indulge in shit that we should not indulge in once we move past a certain point. But if it's coming from the streets, it's a product of the streets. The members of hip hop who participate in hip hop are from the streets. Sometimes they bring individuals with them that's from the streets who have not let go of all their transgressions and activities that they were practicing in the streets. Street nigga gonna be a street nigga. You can't take the streets out of the nigga. You can't take the nigga out the street. Sometimes you can't take nothing out of nothing. That's the way that it goes. So, by all accounts, Boosie still stands on the laws of the streets, the old laws of the streets that does not condone snitching. He's very, very vocal about it. even so, of course, we know the situation between Boosie and T.I. Hey, he thought T.I. told, or whatever the case may be, he went all the way in on T.I., who's his homeboy. He went in on Terrence Gangster Williams. That's the stance that Boosie takes publicly. We don't know how he really feel in private. If he lets some of it slide, if he hang around, we don't know personally. So we can only assume Boosie to be who we see Boosie being. With that being said, he's a target because he's in hip hop. He's a target because he stands on the stance that he stands on. He's a target because he's vocal about all of these things. He's in the public eye, and he was just caught with a pistol. So when you're caught with a pistol, you're in San Diego, you got the criminal history that you have, you've been on death row, all these things make Boosie a target. Boosie has been a target for police. He kept getting pulled over everywhere he went. Louisiana, for instance, that's the state that loves to crucify black men. That's where he's from. Boosie has always been a target. And every time, sadly, you, as a black man or as any man, if you beat the system once, they got it out for you, no matter what you do. So every little thing that you do will be highlighted, publicized every time you go to jail, every traffic stop, every argument with the cops. It's all documented. So who knows what they've picked him up on? We can only assume what they may have picked him up on. But Boosie does not make their job hard, because at this point, when you go on an anti-snitching campaign and you hate rats, in the police mind, in the law enforcement mind, you're antagonizing them. You're poking the bear in their mind. I feel as though, hey, that man stand on what he stand on. He believe what he believe, and he got a right to say so because of the Fifth Amendment. Now, with the Fifth Amendment comes secret amendments that nobody knows about. You can be punished for saying things that nobody wants you to say. That's just how it works. Like, some of these laws and amendments and constitution and these things that are put in the law, some of these things directly contradict something else. So, I mean, it is what it is. Again, we don't know why he was picked up. We just know he was picked up. But people are going to do what they always do. They're going to blame Vlad. Now, do I have my issues with Vlad? Yes. Do I think Vlad is always on the up and up? Absolutely not. Do I think everything that happens bad in hip-hop is his fault? No, I'm not going to say that either. But I do see how people come up with what they come up with. The questions that he asks are like borderline interrogation questions. Now, you have a right whether you're going to answer these things or not. But y'all answer them. So, I mean, it's 50-50 to me. Certain questions, these questions that he asking, it should be about, yo, my album, my reality TV show. And when he asks questions about Terrence Gangster Williams or ratting or anything else, what do Boosie think about this and that? Yo, no comment. Same thing he do with Charleston White. I'm not talking about that, man. Boosie said that on camera numerous times, but he goes in on everybody else. So at the end of the day, somebody could have sicked the feds on him. Somebody could have brought Boosie up in their case, you know, just like it happened the first time. You know, hey, Boosie. It was Boosie. And next thing you know, Boosie was on death row while already fighting cases. But his criminal history, it's no benefit of doubt there. It's like, hey, Boosie come from this, he stand on this right here. So, hey, when he's in or around the situation and something illegal is going on, we're looking at Boosie. Now, if Boosie was Terry from down the street or Terrence from down the street, and he wasn't who Boosie was, maybe he wouldn't get this much attention. It'd just be a regular dude. Hey, should we stop him or should we not stop him? Should we frisk him? Should we not frisk him? It would be just normal, but because he's who he is and he stands over the stands on, the attention is at an all-time high when it comes to these cops in law enforcement, man. So I don't know, man. Just pray for Boosie, free Boosie. Pray any man locked down. No man should go through that, man. It's Gems TV, and I'm out. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell.